Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Marvel Rivals video. My name is Enjoji, and I'll be walking you through all of Marvel Rivals lore. So previously, we read a little side story pertaining to Black Widow, Punisher, and a little bit of Captain America. This showcases the start of the Resistance against Doom. Now, before you finish Cap's part of the story, in today's video, we'll be talking about the mutants. This part of the story contains a lot, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Also, if you do like the video, consider subscribing, liking the video, and commenting what you want to see on the channel. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So to start off, do you remember back in one of my first videos I made, we briefly talked about Doctor Strange and his conversation with a version of Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch. Well, trust me, I didn't forget about her. She has been acting on that conversation in the background amidst all the different stories. We see more of that in Magic's lore entry. Magic had recently returned from the timeline-spanning war between malevolent gods and demons. Limbo was no more than a scorched wasteland, but she was happy to be home. Wanda came through a portal. "What brings you here to my kingdom, witch?" Magic asked. "I have come to gather allies for a great war beyond the ones here," responded Wanda. "I already have plenty of allies," Magic said with a smile. Behind her was an army of demons awaiting her command. "And as for wars, are we not already facing too many here?" "None like this," Wanda said. "Countless time streams have become entangled. At first I thought it was merely my own dimension that was in peril, but Steven showed me otherwise." Steven, Magic paused. It had been ages since she heard that name. Could it be that her former mentor was still alive? "Yes," said Wanda. "Doctor Strange showed me that there are battles on the horizon, far greater than any I could have comprehended." "I can hardly imagine a conflict bigger than the one I have been facing," mused Magic. "But Steven always taught me that the problems I can see are often meant to distract from the ones I can't." "Indeed," Wanda continued, "we all have become so embroiled in our own conflicts that we have been missing the bigger picture." With that, Wanda conjured a ball of chaos magic, and inside was an image of the great heroes from every reality clashing against one another. "That doesn't look good at all," Magic said. "But if Steven has you on his side, why would he need me? Clearly your skills far surpass my own." "I deal in chaos magic," Wanda replied. "But your magic taps into the soul, and when so many souls across so many dimensions are in peril, that kind of power may be just what we need." "True, the soul is a powerful thing," Magic said. A massive sword appeared by her side. She held it to Wanda's neck. "But even a soul as pure as a snowflake can be corrupted." In a burst of hellfire, Magic began to transform. She transformed into the Dark Child. An unexpected voice broke the tension. "Put the sword down, darling," the gruff voice said. "Wanda ain't lying. Not this time, at least. We're all on the same side here, and I don't care how big those horns of yours are these days." A mutant that Magic knew well stepped up. It was Logan, the Wolverine. "You'll always be that little girl I used to know." "Logan, what brings you here?" Wanda inquired. "Search and rescue mission," Logan replied. "We'd been gathering lost mutants, bringing them back to Krakoa. In case you didn't notice, the time stream is a bit of a mess. Krakoa is one of the few places that's still safe in any timeline, at least for the moment." "I hate to disappoint," Magic said, "but I'm not in need of sanctuary. I have things under control." "Uh-huh. Sure you do, sweetheart," Logan said sarcastically, "but I never said I came to get you." "Then who?" Wanda asked. "Just a kid," Wolverine said. "Doesn't even have a codename yet, but she does have some sort of dimensional warping ability. Made a portal and got sucked into it. Lucky for her, the thing stayed open just long enough for me to jump through after her." After putting their differences aside, all three scoured the wasteland to search for the child. After eventually finding the child, Wolverine grabbed a seed from his pocket and planted it. Within moments, a doorway formed. Before going through, Wolverine looked back at Magic. "You coming?" Magic hesitated but finally gave in. "I will join you, but only if Wanda can come as well." "Sorry," Wolverine responded, "but Krakoa only lets mutants pass through its gates. And last I checked, Wanda here was only a mutant adjacent. Nothing a little chaos magic can't fix," Wanda said with a smile. She touched the gate. Magic passed through it, turning the white flowers a deep crimson. This was a sign Wanda could pass through. "You want chaos, Wanda," Wolverine muttered as they all started to cross. "Just wait till Magneto gets a good look at you." Before continuing with Krakoa and the rest of the mutants, I wanted to quickly explain Psylocke's story. Back then, there was an issue in a small village at the base of Mount Shiaru. A horde of insect-like demons were kidnapping innocent villagers. Psy, aka Psylocke, along with her pet wolf, Logan, found a cave at the top of the mountain that housed these demons. Psy and Logan took out the demons, but upon their exit from the cave, a strange doorway appeared. Whatever or whoever stepped through the portal incapacitated Psy, leaving her fading to black. Much time had passed since that day. Now, she is currently trapped in a heavily reinforced cage along with other captors. One was called Mantis, and the other was an odd but cute walking shark. The place they were trapped in was a museum of sorts, for strange items and creatures. The person behind it all was an elder of the universe known as the Collector. This fateful day, Mantis had planned an escape. They made their escape with a ship, running from the same insect-like demons. Mantis told Psy that those were the Brood, aliens to be exact. She ran into those plenty of times while she was with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Finally free, Mantis headed to Wakandan space for safety. Before she could reach it, she got a distress signal. The Guardians crash-landed on Clintar. Mantis knew where she needed to go. Psy and the shark prepared to join Mantis, until Psy heard an echo in her head. "To me, my X-Men." She had images in her mind of an island with others just like her. Here we pick up on Storm's lore entry, where we see the effects of the time stream entanglement finally reaching the shores of Krakoa. Very few mutants had the honor of serving on both the Quiet Council of Krakoa and the Great Ring of Araco simultaneously. Aurora Monroe, aka Storm, was one of them. She had looked forward to the day when both sentient islands would reunite, but she didn't expect it to happen like this. Storm was walking along the shores of an oceanic lagoon that separated Araco from the Great Red Desert of Mars. Storm could usually sense changes in the environment, but she was too preoccupied by her seat of the Great Ring. Suddenly, within seconds, the environment was constantly changing sporadically. Before her was Araco and Krakoa, but something was wrong. It seemed like they were converging. She stood 1 foot on each island. Particles were ripping through her in her mind. This was a storm across all of time, and if it was a storm, then she could control it. Both islands were brutally crushing into each other's realities, crying out in pain. It sounded like the winds of a hurricane and a psychic scream. After trial and error, amidst the chaos, she finally took control, guiding the islands to divide once again. She managed to save both islands from destroying each other and killing many mutants on them. When the onslaught was over, she had found herself standing on the shores of Krakoa. But wait, just a second ago she was at Araco on Mars. She kept thinking to herself, who could have caused this? It was a power unlike anything she's seen. Continuing on the story of Krakoa, we jump to Magneto's lore entry. Magneto was looking off in the distance on the beautiful island of Krakoa. It was peace, but from his experience, he knew it would never last. "Something on your mind, old man?" a familiar voice asked from above. It was Storm. "Funny, isn't it," mused Magneto, "that we fought all those years for a better future for mutant kind, and now we have finally found it, farther in the future than any of us ever imagined." Not long ago, Krakoa was in danger from a chronal storm, but was saved by Aurora. Instead of becoming lost to the time stream, Krakoa arrived safely on the other side of the Tempest in the year 2099. Mutant kind was safe here. Magneto would not miss this opportunity. "It matters not what century we are in," Storm said. "What matters is that our people have a home here on Krakoa. Thanks to you, Eric. I may be leading the cause to find our fellow mutants and bring them to this safe harbor, my dear," said Magneto. "But the success of this crusade cannot be attributed to one mutant alone." "You're damn right it can't, bub," a grisly voice said. Storm and Magneto turned to see Wolverine walk through the Krakoan gates, along with a young mutant, just old enough for her powers to begin manifesting. "Found the kid who got sucked through the dimensional rift," Wolverine said. "She's lucky I went in after her. Limbo is no place for a mutant." "I couldn't disagree more," another voice said with a hint of a Russian accent. "This mutant has managed just fine there." "Ileana? Can it truly be?" Storm rushed over to embrace Magic. For years, Ileana was like a daughter to Storm before she was claimed by the darkness of Limbo. Nice to see you too, Windrider, Magic said with an uncomfortable smirk. It's been longer than I care to remember. Magneto stepped forward, not to embrace her, but to examine her. There was something strange about her. She walked a far different path than the Ileana of his world. You're not the child we once knew, Magneto said, but you are welcome here on Krakoa. All mutants are, regardless from where or when they hail. How about people who grew up thinking they were mutants, only to have their entire world turned upside down when they learn the truth years later? Magneto audibly gasped at the question asked by another woman. His gaze shifted. Her every step stirred ripples across his memory, for he had been there when she had taken her first ones so many years ago. Wanda. Hello, father, the Scarlet Witch said as she confidently walked up to him. She reached to take off his helmet, which would result in retaliation if it was anyone else. His expression softened as Wanda gently kissed his cheek. How can you be here? Magneto choked. It took a bit of work, Wanda mused. I'm not technically a mutant like you, after all, which means Krakoa wouldn't normally let me through its gates, but a touch of chaos magic did the trick. What I mean to say is, oh, Wanda's playful tone vanished. You're Wanda. She's gone, isn't she? I'm sorry. This must be difficult. Quite the opposite, Magneto said, regaining his composure. To see your face again, to hear your voice, to know that somewhere in this vast multiverse, a version of you has thrived, is perhaps the least difficult thing I could ever conceive. It is all that any father ever wants. I wouldn't say I've been thriving, exactly, Wanda admitted. I've been holding my own universe together by its threads for far too long. I truly believe that I was its only hope to survive. Like father, like daughter, chuckled Wolverine. After discussing for a while, the plan was for Magneto to use Cerebro with Wanda's magic to search for mutants across the multiverse. He put the helmet on and saw powerful mutants scattered. He saw a telepathic ninja trapped in a cage, a king of the seas readying to attack the surface world, a powerful cosmic darkness prepared to burn the darkness out of the night sky, and many more. Let this be a call to all mutants across time and space, Magneto started. The gates of Krakoa are open, in the words of a dear old friend, to me, my X-Men. Meanwhile, while his throne sat in Talokan, it was Namor who united various undersea civilizations, from Atlantis to Lemuria, under his reign, but still, Namor craved more. Namor was tired of humankind poisoning the world, the seas. He wanted humankind gone and take the surface for himself. His sights was set for Krakoa. After reaching the surface, he saw a group of emissaries awaiting his arrival. Storm, Magic, and Magneto. After an intense discussion between Namor and Magneto, Namor retreated back into the water. As he sat on his throne, Magneto's warning to hurt no man echoed in his head. Namor told his troops to gather their strongest monsters and forces. They were going to bring humanity to its knees. Namor began, Today we claim Jeju Island, and tomorrow, if need be, Krakoa shall fall. Namor attack expands in the Luna Snow's lore entry on Jeju Island. Luna was performing for 100,000 fans on Jeju Island. The concert got intense. Fans screaming, fireworks going off, her music playing from the speakers. She was living. But she felt the ground shake. This felt different. Not from the fans, not from the speakers, not from the fireworks. It was different. Soon she noticed the wave of panic setting on the crowd. She looked off into the distance to see a tsunami. Luna rushed to the beach. She managed to freeze the tsunami and calm the seas for a moment. The tsunami broke. A giant translucent octopus-like creature attacked. It had a wound on its side. Luna focused her powers to ice the wound, relieving the monster. She suddenly heard a voice to her right. Surface dweller. So-called superstar. Luna Snow. It was Namor. Luna was shocked and a little starstruck. Your Majesty, she said. Welcome to Jeju Island. You need not welcome me to what I am about to possess, Namor said. Talokan shall soon rule this island, and all surface dwellers who venture here will kneel before me. I don't know about that, Your Majesty, Luna said. At the moment, I think it's pretty clear that I rule Jeju Island. I mean, look at this crowd. What remained of the crowd cheered. Careful, human, Namor said. I came here to give you thanks. That monster was wounded by human submarine. And while I admire your courage, if you show me any more disrespect, I promise your song will be cut short. Luna tried to ease the tension with Namor. As she turned back to the crowd for more of the show, Namor silently slipped back into the seas. No telling when he'd be back. In Wolverine's lore entry, we read that Logan is sitting in a bar at Krakoa. Soon Magneto joins him. Logan asks Magneto if he had a problem with him helping out humans. Magneto insisted on Logan helping out mutants first. Logan then explains he's still looking out for Krakoa by going after baddies like Alchemax, Public Eye, and Doom. Magneto knew Logan was right. Somehow Victor Von Doom was still alive in this era, and was rumored to kickstart the events of the time stream entanglement. Your allies in this resistance, Magneto said. Are you sure they can be trusted? With my life, Logan said without a pause. There may not be many of us fighting this fight, but the ones we've got are the best there are at what they do. Magneto listened as Logan recounted what had happened back in Japan. Previously, Logan was helping Natasha Romanoff until she went radio silent. It wasn't like her. He figured out that she had a lead called Mercury. He raced the back streets of Tokyo trying to find Natasha, who he knew was in danger. Instead, he came face to face with Steve Rogers. Cap and Wolverine fought off Doombots. Logan asked about Natasha, to which Steve responded by saying she's the one who saved him from the ice and that she was safe for now. They took refuge in a resistance hideout. Logan needed to hide Cap, but all of Earth was under surveillance. But what about off-planet? Wolverine smirked. Tell me, bub, you ever heard of Wakanda? The African nation, Cap asked. They managed to hide their presence perfectly in the war. I doubt anyone would be able to find me there. And good news, I happen to be very close friends with King T'Chaka. My shield was even forged from vibranium, a rare Wakandan metal. I wonder if they could make me a new one. Hate to break it to you, Logan said with a smile, but T'Chaka ain't the king anymore, and Wakanda is a long way from Africa these days. Logan had informed Cap about how Wakanda took to the stars. He had successfully escorted Cap to Wakandan space, using Wakandan teleportation technology. Back in the present, Logan finished his story to Magneto. They said their farewells as Wolverine set out to find Natasha, and he had a feeling he'd see Captain America soon again too. So finally, with Logan's lore entry done, his story perfectly transitions the lore from the mutants to Captain America. This concludes the mutant stories for now, and in the next video we will talk about Captain's journey, and after that we'll conclude all of Season 0's stories. So be on the lookout for that video next. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next video.